All right, fastest 15 minutes on the internet, fastest 15 minutes in social media. My name is Judson Powell. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button and share this video with whoever you like, uh, especially your enemies. I'm just joking. Well, you can share with your enemies. Hey, what the heck? Love everybody. That's how we do. All right. That's how black people do. I won't say everybody in the world does that, but black people do. All right, so I want to apologize for yesterday's video because there was like a bad sound issue. I didn't even know. And y'all just, that's like you got a booger in your nose and everybody just watched the video and don't say nothing. And finally, a girl wrote me, inboxed me, and was like, the sound is bad on your video. And I was like, really? I didn't know. So I apologize for yesterday's video. I have no idea what happened and why the sound was bad or whatever, because I did the same thing I usually do every day. And so I apologize for that. So now I want to keep on talking to y'all today, basically about spiritual implications of what's going on in the world right now, because they're not going to say this stuff. Okay, the mainstream media is not going to say this stuff. Why? Because and I want y'all to understand, the mainstream media is owned by these rich people. The people that's doing this to you, they own the networks. Okay, Rupert Murdoch and even Bloomberg and all these people, they own major portions of the media. And okay, I used to be a media practitioner, so I understand. I worked in television, I worked in radio. Here's what happens. Okay, just like you can sit in the newsroom, which I have done many days. You sit in the newsroom and there are feeds coming in, especially in television. You have all these feeds coming in from all these different places. All of this stuff is going on simultaneously. There's news going on pretty much all over the world all the time. But you have a small amount of gatekeepers that basically decide what's going to be the big news that day, or as now the terminology is what's going to be in the news cycle for that day. All right. And then the other thing, and it's fueled by wanting to be first or wanting to scoop somebody else or whatever. And now it used to be that most of the sources were checked. But now, because of social media, most of these sources are not checked, or there's a lot of news that goes across social media that is unchecked. Okay. And there are a lot of stories that look like they're from credible sources that are not from credible sources. Okay. And sometimes, you have to read them. And then sometimes you're like, okay, there could be, if there's some smoke, you say, well, I'll go, because I do. I look at it, I say, well, this could possibly be true. And then I'll try to go and find another story to like kind of back it up or whatever. But the thing is that they are not trying to inform the people. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make money. All right. And the whole thing, see, it used to be about information. Now everything, as most stuff is about money. Okay. And so the whole thing right now is they're trying to push blackface onto this whole vaccine thing. And the whole thing with the medicine and all of that. And then as soon as, in fact, and I one of my friends, and I got a thing coming back to my Facebook, a notification talking about it's not true. Talking about it was fake news or whatever. That's the president's thing. It was fake news that people were dying from taking this medicine that Trump is putting out there. And they are doing trials. They said there were no trials being done or anything like that. But then on the ground, see, and that's the other thing about being kind of connected, is that if you know people in other countries, just like I talk to people in other countries. So so as soon as they start talking about, well, this is going on in Senegal. Well, I got friends in Senegal. Or if they talk about this is going on in Ghana, or this is, I got good friends in Ghana, I got good friends in Kenya, so I'm like, hey, and so when I start hearing stuff, I get on my messenger, and I say, hey, is that really true? Is what's going on? So a lot of times I say stuff, and it's not because I'm saying stuff just to be saying it, but it's because I got like people on the ground where I got actual people that know what's going on. Just like when they tried to report all the deaths in Ghana, and they was like, man, bruh, it's not like that. That's just like when they always, just like I remember the first time I went to Ghana. And so I asked this brother, the brother that was our tour guide, I was like, what's the one thing about Ghana or about Africa that you would want everybody in the United States to know? And he said that we're not all sickly and in the hospital. And as a matter of fact, what he did was he took me to the hospital, which was practically empty. And he was like, there's nobody in the hospital. Nobody's over here sick. He was like, and they always showing people, little kids with flies over them and stuff like that. Yeah, there are instances of that, but most of the people in Africa are healthy. Why? Because they eat healthy. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. The West African diet, which is what we ate in Africa, is not the diet that we eat here in the United States of America. All right. So all of this stuff that we eat, that's not our original diet. And my wife is part Nigerian, right? And so she talks about like what her father eats, right? And like what her father eats, he don't eat the stuff we eat. Even though he has something he likes, but he doesn't eat like that. And it took me a long time because I used to weigh 433 pounds, and now I weigh 195. All right. So what I'm trying to tell you is that a lot of this stuff, I was just like eating, getting it in. It's like I'm a former pastor. I look like a former pastor too. Because all y'all do, what y'all do? Y'all sit around, y'all go to church, sit in church for a couple hours, and then everybody goes to the buffet. And just like in their diet, they have a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit, a lot of and not a whole lot of protein from meat. A lot of protein from beans, lentils, that kind of thing. Because even their chickens is small over there. I was like, because first time I went, I was a big brother. I was like, yo, man, where the chicken? And then it was like, it wasn't like chicken like I was used to. It wasn't no fried chicken. It was just, it was chicken boiled or broiled or, placed on a fire or whatever. But it was delicious. Don't get me wrong. Because they got that peanut stew. Man, it's, I could eat I could just eat that, but it's not bad for you. Because what? Because men need what? Protein. Okay. So anything that has protein is good for you, but they don't have a lot of fat and saturated fat and grease and, all that stuff. They don't eat that. So anyway, back to the news cycle. So that's what they try to show us, or they try to make money off of us. Okay. And what I'm trying to tell y'all is you have to understand the industrial complex. Okay. And they have several. We are the consumers to the industrial complex. Okay. The prison industrial complex. All right. That's why there are more of us in prison, because that's how they make money, or that's how they formerly made money. I don't know. After we come out of this crisis, I have no idea, what's going to be the thing about how they make money. But right now they get money for everybody they put in jail. So that's why they put us in jail disproportionately. All right. Because they figure, okay, we just throw this dude in jail, and the money flows that way. All right. Then we have the food industrial complex, right? Okay. Because everybody has to eat. All right. So, everybody in the society has to eat. So there's so much money. That's why you have food stamps. The reason why you have food stamps is not to feed you. The reason you have food stamps is to feed the farmers, because they're the ones that ultimately, the farmers and the big retail merchants ultimately are the ones that get the money from food stamps, not people. But they try to make it seem like, oh, all these poor people are doing this and costing us all this money. They give you a couple $100s worth of food stamps. That ain't nothing. If you got a big family, even if you got $400 or $500 in food stamps, if you got a big family, that's nothing. I mean, have y'all been to the store and looked to see how much a steak costs nowadays? It's like, really, or even this is, say, a chicken, like a healthy big chicken, it costs a good, it's a little bit of money. And if you got a big family like I do, it takes a lot, to feed a family. So that's part of food industrial complex. And then the thing that this is all about, the whole coronavirus thing is about, is what? The medical and pharmaceutical industrial complex. All right. And that's how come we got reports of people who are our color that go in and they're not tested, they're not treated correctly, and everything else. Why? Because they don't care. They really don't. It's about look, okay, so and the whole thing now is about developing the vaccine. But if you look in Africa and in South America where people of our diaspora live, there are not a lot of infections. You know why? Because they know how to treat this stuff. I saw an African lady, she made a video. And her video was like, look, and she was up there and they were dancing and they were like, look, coronavirus ain't gonna get us. And she was like, and she was mixing up turmeric. She was mixing up turmeric root, dandelion root. I think it was I can't think. It was garlic, onion, ginger root, and something else. I think she put some lemon, and then she put like a shot of liquor in there, right? And she was like, if coronavirus lived through this, she was like that I need to die. And I mean, they were, and she had her whole family up there, and they was and it's just like I could keep telling y'all, it's not always medicine, because most of the time medicine has side effects. All of this stuff that she put in there was natural. There was nothing unnatural about anything that she put in her remedy, and they were all healthy. And she said, that's what everybody in her village did. And y'all need to start learning how to use this stuff and use it, and it's not to say that I'm not telling y'all not, and everybody give me, yeah, you taking it lightly, and no, I'm not taking it lightly. I'm taking it very seriously, but I do the same thing. I'm gonna tell you, look, right now, hold on, what do I have? Hold on, let me show y'all. Y'all think it's a joke, but it's not. It's really about, you got to start learning how to take care of yourself and stop listening to these people tell you how to take care of yourself, because they don't care. They want to make money off of you. You see what this is? This is what I chew on all day. This is ginger root. Okay, I chew on ginger root, and what does it do? It keeps my stomach and my immune system. What? It keeps my stomach and my immune, because your immune system is in your digestive tract. So if you keep your digestive tract and your immune system, there's not too much can really bother you. And eat some of that stuff, just like when I used to tell my grandmother, God rest her soul, but I'd be like, look, Grandma, why you be putting these raw onions, she'll make something and then she'll throw some raw onions on top of it. I'm like, Grandma, what are you doing? That's nasty. My breath gonna stink and everything else. And you know what she would say? She would say, boy, it's good for you. Shut up. And she smacked me on the back of the head. But that's why. Because what does it do? Onions and garlic clean your blood. They clean your blood. Raw onions and garlic clean your blood. Okay? But they not going to tell you that. Like, so when you go somewhere, and I got to get, I always had to get, and I still do, I have to get iron transfusions or I should say infusions, not transfusions, but I have to get iron infusions because I'm severely anemic, right? But then when I talk, so I used to have to get those, and I talked to this nurse, a black lady, and she told me how to eat to get rid of it. Because iron carries the oxygen in your blood. It oxygenates your blood. But they not going to tell you that on NBC News or on CNBC or on CNN, and they damn sure ain't going to tell you on Fox. So I'm just telling y'all got to learn. Y'all have to relearn stuff the way to answer. And that's why I keep telling y'all, Africa, you have to go back to your roots, because we were healthy there. We were vibrant. We were okay. It's only when we started trying to chase after this other stuff You know, those pharmaceuticals, they not good for us. They kill us. You know, why? I used to take people to the dialysis clinic. Why everybody in dialysis is colored? I'm just asking. You know, why we all diabetics? Why we all got high blood pressure? Why we all, you know, and it's not, and it doesn't go across the races equally. We are 500 times more likely to have those illnesses. And it's because of the things that they feed us and the things that we eat. You are what you eat, really. Anyway, fastest 15 minutes is up. I went over like 30 seconds. I love all of y'all. Look, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and eat better. Hit the eat better button. Build up your immune system so this dang on coronavirus can't bother you. I love you.